Welcome everybody to another episode of Historic Marker Monday. Today we are exploring the United States Coast Guard cutter Ingham. Have you guys been there yet? It is a most decorated vessel, and we're going to dive right into it so that you guys are all aware of the history before you go. But that doesn't mean you should not go. What's really interesting is this is one of the most decorated ships in Coast Guard history, and it's located in Truman Annex right in Key West. You can visit it every day. The museum's open. It is staffed by volunteers, and so be sure to support their efforts. And at the end of this, I'm going to cue you in on some really cool things that you can do there on a weekend night. Let's get a little quick reference as to some ship facts about the Ingham. It was built in the Philadelphia Navy Yard in 1936. It's 327 feet long. She has 6,200 horsepower and can go 21 knots. She was in service from 1936 to 1988, and if my math is correct, that's 52 years. She is the most decorated cutter in U.S. Coast Guard history. She has over 35 awards, including 2 Presidential Unit citations, and no other cutter has that. The Ingham had a lot of experience through multiple wars and events. So let's go through and touch on some of those heroics that it did. During World War II, the ship fought in the North Atlantic, the Mediterranean, and the Pacific. Served as a command ship during MacArthur's landings at Corregidor and Manila. I know I messed that up, so I know I did. On December 15th, 1942, the Ingham sank the German U-boat U-626, and that is confirmed by post-war German records. It's armed like a mini destroyer. Here's the thing. When you go visit the Ingham and you know the history of this vessel, a lot of this is somebody who, if you are into that kind of history, this is going to be amazing for you. If you're not into it, though, here's the thing. Go visit the Ingham, because you're going to get a new appreciation for what this ship actually did. During the Korean and Vietnam War, it continued to convoy and rescue missions. It was awarded 2 presidential citations for heroism in Vietnam, and it participated in Operation Maritime, which was a naval gun support and supply interdiction. But you know what? It didn't just go around and do things during wars and conflicts. During peacetime, it ran peacetime missions. From the 1940s through the 1970s, it did weather patrols. It helped transatlantic planes navigate using weather reports and radio signals. It served as ocean station duties. It served as stations like Hotel, Charlie, Delta, and provided navigation. I cannot talk today. Provided navigation, aid, rescue, and science support. It did humanitarian missions, and it did drug interdiction and Mariel boat lift in the 1980s. It seized drug vessels and rescued Cuban refugees during the Exodus. I'm telling you, I could go on and on and on about the heroics of this ship. It's a Secretary class cutter, which is part of the elite Treasury class. Only 7 ships are named after Secretaries of the Treasury, and it's designed for multi-mission use. It has aircraft on board, long-range patrols, and endurance at sea. The Ingham was decommissioned in 1988. She was the last of her kind still afloat, and now she's a National Historic Landmark and a museum that you can visit and see right in Key West in Truman Annex. Like I said earlier, it is run by veterans and volunteers as a memorial to Coast Guardsmen from World War II through Vietnam. During the day, the Ingham is open for tours. And what's really a cool thing is if none of this is something that you want to experience, but you want to see the ship and you want to experience the ship in a different perspective, check out and go to their Facebook page, because sometimes it changes, but usually it's Friday and Saturday nights. The deck of the ship is open and you can go in, and I believe they charge just a small entrance fee, but you can watch sunset from the deck of the Ingham. And I think they still serve beer and wine, and then they've got non-alcoholic choices as well. But I have my favorite spot that I go and explore when I'm on the Ingham, and I just sit there and I just love, it's quiet. I love the view of sunset. They play 1940s music usually, and it's just a unique perspective of seeing the sunset in Key West. You know, the Ingham is more than a ship. It's a living capsule. It's a tribute to service. It's a one-of-a-kind experience in Key West. Let me know, have you visited the Ingham? Have you done sunset at Ingham? Have you done the whole tour and done the museum and explored the ship? I'd love to hear. That is a very brief overview, and for those of you who are into maritime history, if I botched it, please, I'm sorry. There's a lot of technical stuff that sometimes I'm not aware of, but I am starting to dig into it because when I visited the Ingham, it was like, oh, I want to learn more about what all this means and the impact. Because it is so cool that the Ingham is right in Key West, and you can just walk by out at Truman Annex and see her in all of her glory. I am Michelle. There is so much more information, guides, suggestions, places to see and do over at FunInKeyWest.com, and you can sign up for our book club. We're having a blast. You should just sign up, and who knows, maybe there'll be some sort of book we can find that ties back to the Ingham. I don't know. I'm beginning to think about that. I'm Michelle with Fun in Key West. I hope you guys have a great Monday, and thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later. Bye.